Hey everybody, 50 Plus here. So what type of truck, what kind of truck should you get as an owner operator? That's the question. Ubiest of the tubiest. The best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. And I'm 50 Plus. Tom Koo asked the question. What truck is the best for owner operators? I'm going to preface my response by saying I'm not an owner operator. I'm a company driver. And, that being said, what I'm saying right now is simply my opinion, okay? And I'll also say that my opinion is based off of my intentions and what I plan to do, and the information that I've been able to gather so far. Okay, I do want to buy my own truck so I can run with my son. I mean, that's been the goal since before I even got a CDL. Okay, and of course, I've had to investigate on trucks, and I can tell you, wow, man, that question is so individualized because a lot depends on what you're gonna do with the truck. Okay, you can most definitely buy the wrong one, and you can do it pretty easily. You can buy the wrong one fairly easily. I don't plan to, I don't plan to do dry van or refrigerated trucks, trailers. So I'll probably get a mid roof. But if I was, prior to me actually being in a mid roof, all I pulled was dry van or refrigerated trucks, and I had the big roof and or condo or whatever you call them. And man, I thought I was never gonna get into a mid roof because the extra space, man, it helps with not being claustrophobic in here. But after being in one, it's not so bad. Plus, I'm solo. Now, if I had, if I was teaming or something, which is another point, then I probably wouldn't get a mid roof. I would get a bigger roof. That way, that the person that's sleeping up there can have a little bit more space. Okay, there's so many different questions to answer. So if you're not going to pull a box, you're going to pull flatbed, then you can do either one. You can pull a flatbed with a mid roof. You can pull them with a flat top, or a day cab. Or you're going to go home every night, or those questions are just it's so loaded. It's just so many different questions to answer when you're gonna become an owner operator. You just can't say, okay, I'm just gonna go buy that one. And it's got to have the right transmission. It's got to have the right engine. It's got to have the right gear ratio. It's got to have the right size tires. I mean, it's just an array of things. So basically, what I'm telling you is, what truck is the one to buy based on it's going to depend on what you're going to do with the truck. That's just plain and simple. Okay. I would I really like Volvos inside are nice. The ride is absolutely, man, those trucks ride really good, man. Volvo got it right there, man. And they turn on a dime. I really like them. However, Volvo and Mack are...
Say a command.
Quit talking to me while I'm talking to these folks. The infrastructure, there's not enough dealerships where you can take that Volvo or Mack to get it worked on, okay? And TA Petrol and all them, they don't mess with them. You know, not not on a level in which I would feel comfortable taking them, you know, okay? The total opposite of that spectrum would be Freightliners. I mean, I think Walgreens work on Freightliners. Shit, everybody do. You know, and, you know, they don't necessarily need a whole lot of working on either. I mean, they build a pretty good truck for trucks, okay? And, you know, people call them, you know, freight shakers and all that stupid shit. I mean, you know, it's just like cars, you know, and people, you know, if you like GM, then you bash on Ford and vice versa, you know. And I remember the time when I'm old enough to remember when you were frowned upon if you drove a Japanese car. Now, shit, the vast majority is Japanese cars. It's the same thing in trucks, man. I mean, the major manufacturers that build them, Kenworth, Peterbilt, is owned by PACCAR. Both of them is owned by PACCAR. And then you got Volvo, Mack, and Freightliner. Freightliner has Detroit engines in them, and you can get Cummins in those as well. International, let's not leave out international. The biggest problem with these trucks, and I'll shut my video off down with this. The biggest problem with trucks is the infrastructure, getting them serviced, getting them worked. Well, serviced, not so much, but when you have a problem, they have the worst, the shittiest. I mean, I don't know if anybody know how to work on these trucks, because I've never gone to a shop and got my truck fixed right the first. Well, one time, this truck, I'm gonna tell you this quick story, then I'm gonna let you go. I took this truck to the dealership because it was not building enough power. I could feel that it was not accelerating, and I was getting on a heavy load, and I would drop down really, really, really slow. And I wasn't even going up mountain. This is inclines over overpass and stuff. I mean, I'm not mountain. I'm still going 25 miles an hour over the regular on like an I-45 or some shit, right? So I took it to the dealership to get them worked on, and it needed batteries, and they did a fuel filter. Okay. When I first got this truck, Melton called me. They said, "Hey man, why are you idling so much? Your truck's got the KEM system, idle management, and what that does is it's electric APU, pretty much. You know what happens is you turn the truck off and you flip the switch up front, and then you turn the AC on, and then the electric AC works, and then whenever the battery voltage goes low enough, the engine starts up and charge the batteries back up and shut down, and that way you're not idling and burn a lot of fuel idling, right?" So I said, "Well, hell, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't never, So the guy talked me through it, and it didn't work, And I called back and said, "Don't worry." He said, "Okay, take it to the shop." So we went to, I went to Tulsa, with the shop in Tulsa, and then the Kenworth guy at the Tulsa shop, our terminal, Melton terminal shop, is Kenworth guy there. And the Kenworth guy say, "Oh shit, of course." The same excuse that is that plagues this industry. It's always the driver's fault. And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to use it. So that's why. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't know what I'm doing. I said, okay, show me how to do it. So once they show me, flip the switch. Say, hey, man, when you flip that switch, it turned red. The little emblem that says engine start. You flip it up, and then in the dash, it tells you that the system is on, right? Well, it does that, but the little switch, it stays red. I said, switch is red. Oh, I'm supposed to do that. I've been in the industry for auto repair for 25 years at very high levels. I was regional fixed op director for Lexus and Infiniti and Mazda. I know what I'm talking about. Red does not mean go. Red does not mean good, okay? But I let it go. The system still didn't work. I let it go. But when I was at the Kenworth dealership, having those batteries and that filter replaced for that lack of power issue, Kenworth guy gets in the truck. No, I actually said, are you ready to go? I said, cool. Can you show me something, man? Can you show me how this KEM system works? So he said, yeah. So he got in. Same thing. Turn the key off. Hold a little switch up. Indication comes on. A little message comes on in the dashboard. Message say, auto start engaged or whatever. He said, so there you go. I said, well, the switch is red. It's supposed to be like that. I said, really? So what do you do now? He said, well, you're supposed to go to the bunk back there and then turn it on. I said, why don't you go back there and turn it on for me? So he kind of looked at me funny, but he did. He got up, walked to the back, looked at the switch panel, and said, there's no control panel back here for the KEM system. They built this truck. They put the KEM system in there, and then they put no goddamn controls to run it. The whole time this truck been running around, it never had the switches in the back that turn that shit on. I told him the goddamn switch turning red. It don't turn red. Flip that switch, it don't turn red. If you turn red, it's got a problem. This was the Kenworth dealership. My son broke down for 2 weeks because Petro worked on it in Tennessee. They put a aftermarket leveling valve on it. He got to Laredo and it screwed up again. They got somebody else to fix it. Then he drove it to Houston. We got to Houston, same thing. Leveling valve keeps the air right. I had to act a goddamn fool with TA. So they finally came out and put a factory leveling valve in and fixed the problem. Arguing me down that I don't know what I'm talking about. They are horrible, man. These people, the infrastructure is so bad. These technicians are they just straight stupid, man. They have no training. They are horrible. Horrible. Even at the dealerships. That is the worst part about owning one of these trucks. Is when you have a problem getting them fixed. So why does that matter? It matters because if you decide you want to be on operator shit, you can't be down, man. He down 2 weeks. Shit, it's in his pocket. That's almost $8 grand gone for a part that costs $300. So you need to make sure that you buy something reliable. So, you know, I do not advocate you going out as an owner operator and buying one of these reject trucks with 500,000-600,000 miles on them, and then, you know, I'll just get me extended warranty. That is just so shallow thinking. What it is you're getting into an industry that you can't afford to get in. You can't afford to buy a quality vehicle to perform your job. You know? And so you break down all the time and you keep having to go to these dumbass repair shops that can't fix shit. So get yourself positioned to be able to buy a truck that you know, with low miles or new, okay? And you're gonna be all right, bro. You know, you throw a rock and hit one, you'll be okay. You know, but depending on where you plan on running, just make sure that the truck, let's say you want to run the Midwest, and just look in that area where you plan on running and see what the infrastructure is. Is it mostly Kenworth dealerships? Is there any Peterbilt dealerships? Is there any Volvo? So look for what you want, you know, and make sure that you buy a truck that can be serviced in the area you run. I mean, I don't want to. I'm running on the East Coast all the time, and there's no dealerships over there, no infrastructure over there for a Peterbilt. Then why would I buy a Peterbilt when I got to drive it across the country to get some service work done to it? Follow me? The biggest help that I can give you to that question is that point right there. Buy what can be serviced for you and perform the job for you, and you're just going to be okay. So I think that's enough. I'm at 18 minutes. I appreciate you. Until I see you again, deliver undistracted. And here's your boop. Boop.